Now, in one of those top stories tonight, and I just want to correct, our headline said 3 people confirmed dead. That was in fact an earlier number. It's been revised down. 2 people, according to emergency officials on the scene, are confirmed dead after a temporary structure collapsed in Sandton this afternoon. At least 23 others have been injured. The tragedy at the Grayston Drive off-ramp occurred just before peak hour this afternoon. Our reporter Sibongile Mkane-Polweni flew over the scene by helicopter earlier today, and she joins us with those visuals in studio now. She's with Peter Ndora. Over to you, Peter.
Thanks, Francis. And Sibongile, thanks so much for coming in. I know that you've literally just arrived from the scene. I guess there have been updates continuously. What is the latest? What do we know as of right now?
The latest right now, we know that the 2 people that were trapped in a car underneath the bridge have been removed. The emergency people now, the rescue personnel are busy trying to remove one body that's still trapped there underneath.
But that man's passed away, isn't it?
Yes, that is a body. That person has since passed on. The 2 have been taken to hospital. As we speak, the mayor of Johannesburg, Mr. Parkstow, is on his way to Charlotte Maxlake to visit the injured.
And we heard that those 2 people have got pretty severe injuries, brain and spinal injuries.
Yes, yes, we heard that because they had been trapped there. Remember, the accident or the collapse happened around around 3 p.m. and they've only been removed now, just before 8. So you can imagine they've been squashed there underneath there. So they are in a very critical state.
Right. So you managed to go up in a helicopter, so you got a pretty unique view of the accident itself. Yes. What did you see?
Well, flying over Grayston, we saw the structure. It caved in and onto the road and onto those cars that were there. There were many bystanders, people looking at the scene, but the traffic was mayhem. Sandton was at a standstill. The cars, the lights, it was like Christmas lights. And on over to Alexandra and Marlborough, it was also at a standstill. So the mayhem it has caused, it was just hectic. But the highway was closed on both sides, and they managed to reroute traffic into the other streets.
And just to give people an idea, the stretch of road that we're talking about, the M1, is probably the busiest piece of highway on the continent, isn't it? I mean, so this traffic can happen very quickly. And just before peak time, the roads are still closed, aren't they?
Yes, the road is still very much closed. And like I said, they've managed to, this is the highway.
Right.
As you can see that the highway is clean because they managed to reroute everyone into those streets where you see lots of traffic. They are saying that even tomorrow the traffic might still, the highway might still be closed. In fact, it's 90% that way because they're saying that they need to remove all of that and also do investigations to check what caused the collapse. So it's...
So what are they saying in terms of alternative routes? Which way should people be traveling to avoid this?
Yes, alternative routes is the N1 via Rivonia or via William Nicol, the N3 via Alexandra, and Old Pretoria Road, and the N14.
All right, and that's probably right up until tomorrow because this is not looking like it's going to be cleared quite soon. The emergency personnel, I'm sure, had a lot to deal with. Everybody's now been taken away, except just for that body that needs to be recovered. What else is on the scene apart from these emergency vehicles?
There were police officers and there were metro police officers, traffic officers also guarding the route because they don't want anyone coming into. So they are stationed at certain points from the Pretoria side and from the Joburg side to sort of divert traffic and not let anyone come into the traffic. And also there are emergency people and also like SABC police up above talking to pedestrians who are looking out and also caution them on the dangers and where to be and all of that.
The mayor spoke to the press earlier on. What sort of messages was he sharing with the public?
He was sharing that the condolences first and also that people shouldn't panic and there are free rides, that the park and ride facilities have been made free as from tomorrow for people not to drive but to take those buses to their workplaces. And also another thing, the eco-mobility project that was happening at Sandton, if you remember, the cars were not allowed. Now they've opened some of those routes for a free traffic flow.
And will that be the situation tomorrow as well? Not sure.
Yes, they are saying that tomorrow as well, because overnight, as we left there, it was dark, so there isn't much that will happen in terms of removing the collapsed structure.
All right, okay. So it's a tragic story. 2 people dead, more than 23 injured, and some of them pretty critical. So this story will continue to unfold a little bit right through the night as investigations get underway.
Yes. Tomorrow we will be chasing the company that is responsible for the construction. We will want to hear from them what exactly caused, and the city will also be launching an investigation into the cause of the collapse.
Have they issued a statement at all, Marianne Roberts?
Not yet. I haven't seen anything as yet, but I am sure tomorrow they will call a press conference to tell us. If not, we will seek it.
All right, Sibongile Mkanimpolweni, who was live on the scene and who got a unique aerial view of that scaffolding bridge collapse that took place just off the Grayston off-ramp, closing the highways today on both sides, and would say listen out for more details in terms of alternative routes, but also remember that the park and ride facility will be free tomorrow morning. I think we've got social media and tweets there, but an investigation into the tragedy has already started in Johannesburg, as we've just heard.